Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another wonderful episode of Let's Play Guitar Hero Metallica. And in the last episode, we played a bunch of songs. We got a FC or two, probably just one, I don't remember. But, sorry I haven't been recording. I've had some things, You know how life happens and then you gotta react to it? It's like, that's what I've been doing. But nothing major. I've just been kind of coming home with headaches and just not wanting to do anything. But we're going to start today off a little different, ladies and gentlemen. I when I left work today, I go to my car, and normally, sometimes, not all the time, my grandfather leaves like a note or something just telling me he loves me, or like a paper or something to give to my stepdad. There's like a 50% chance there's something left under the windshield of my car. I'm like, okay, that's cool, like no big deal. Well, I go out today and there's a piece of paper. I'm thinking, oh, this is exciting. I can't wait to see what my grandfather left me. No, it was not. So let's just start this video off by saying I'm not a racist, but I almost feel like I was singled out as one. That's fine. I don't know why, because it's not directed at me, but at the same time it was, because of all the cars in the parking lot. Anyway, I have, on the off chance, made a racial joke or two, and I have said some things out of the way to people in the sake of comedy that were not perceived as comedy, and I'm sorry for that, Melvin and Devin. But I don't consider myself a racist. It was all jokes and not serious. But that doesn't matter in today's time. But that's fine. So let me just read this. It's an entire page. I don't know if you can see that entire page. It's gonna take a minute to get through this. So this is what I found on my windshield today. One of my young black adolescents, but they left out the S. They meant to say adolescents, but they didn't. Tried to school me on quote unquote white privilege, and that white people are inherently racist and evil, and I am sucking up to white people. So I was inspired to tackle and break down who, capital letters, actually has the privilege in America. And then the next line, it's read like a list, so I'm going to try to read it like that. We as blacks get the following: affirmative action, whether we qualify, in all caps, for the job or not. We get that job based on our skin color and not our abilities to do that job. The next one is bust to accredited schools. The next one is United Negro College Fund. Our mind is a terrible thing to waste, in parentheses. I think that just means like that. She meant that as one, but it was, anyway. She broke it down as two. Section 8 housing with minimum payments as low as $25 per month rent. No property tax in public housing. No water bill in public housing. Family members been receiving public assistance for 40 years. Generally and culturally acceptable. I don't know exactly what she means. It's kind of, it's not well English, but it's fine. If you don't want to work, you don't have to, in capital letters. She's talking about black people and all the privilege they have. You can go apply for a monthly check, like welfare and stuff like that. We get to stand in line to buy sneakers at $300 a pop. We get to riot, loot, and burn, only to be arrested and released with all charges dropped, all charges in capital letters, because we as blacks are just expressing our outrage. Her words, not mine, and I'll tell you why it's a girl in a minute. We get to assault police officers and cry 300, of oppression made you do it. Oppression made you do it. Assault police. Okay. Spike their food with bleach, no charges. So apparently African Americans are spiking police officers' food with bleach. That's the first time I ever heard of this. See, there's not a credited source. This just showed up on my windshield. We get 3 city blocks painted in big yellow writing, Black Lives Matters. I know what that I did see that. We got simple-minded celebrities donating money for your bail in millions. We have corporations changing the name of our breakfast food because it is now deemed as racist after 30 years. I think she's talking about Aunt Jemima's syrup. I saw that like a big deal. I don't know. Like, I don't. When I look at Aunt Jemima, I don't see racism, but apparently it was made in racism. I don't know. I don't know. A lot of this stuff is like news to me. This might as well be the news because some of this stuff I don't even know. Elmer Fudd has his gun taken away because we, capital letters, blacks feel threatened by a 50-year-old cartoon, gone, erased, ... We have a band changing their name Lady A in quotations. See, I don't know what that is. That must be some artist, I guess. We have a city removing remnants of slavery, statue that Democrats in capital letters erected, yet weren't the ones who suffered from slavery. Okay. Cities are discussing reparations to pay the sins of long dead oppressors. Okay. So, like, she's talking about black people getting money, I suppose. Colleges are granting quote-unquote white free zones so blacks won't feel threatened by their whiteness. If that's real, oh my god. That is reverse racism if I've ever seen it. We asked for separate graduations, granted. It's like she's... never mind. We had 8 years of black president. Dr. King said, we as the people will get the promised land. The problem with that, question mark, we as blacks did get the promised land, but we looted, burned, and destroyed it. Whew. Whew. Now, give me your argument again regarding white privilege. Waiting, ... And then, for whatever reason, she signed her name, but I guess when she put it on her my windshield, she blacked it out with a Sharpie. However... it wasn't black enough, no pun intended, that I can see right through it. Like, I'm not going to say her name, but her initials are PH. So yeah. So I don't know why that was left on my car, because half of this stuff I didn't even know about, and I know she probably wasn't singling me out, but still, of all the cars, this was on mine. I know it's just a coincidence, but I just feel like I should have shared that, because I had no idea that people in my town felt that way, that strongly about these things. I mean, where I am, we don't have very many black people in our community. The ones that are, I mean, we treat them like human beings, and that's pretty much my stance on this whole racial thing is, if you treat me like a person, I'm going to treat you like a person. That's not, I realize some people got it bad and some people are on the wrong side of it, and corporations, man, they discriminate, low-key discrimination, low-key racism. Like, I understand what's going on, but I, in my life, have never seen like a Klan rally or besides on the internet. But personally, like in my life, I've never seen like a real act of racism that I can remember. So it just kind of took me aback having this on my my windshield. Like maybe I was doing something wrong, or maybe somebody knew who I was. But it wasn't really directed at me. This is like a printed email that people send to each other just to kind of... Let's see, what do I can't remember what it's called, but it's like emails sent between two people that kind of have the same understanding, but they're making fun of it, whereas somebody outside the circle wouldn't see it as a joke. It almost seems like that, but it's not. Like, this was just trying to spread the message of, but it's like going against what everybody is saying right now. She's trying to counteract white privilege by saying blacks are more privileged than whites, which in a way she's right. When people said white privilege before, or it came up ever about white privilege, like, I never understood what they were talking about. As far as I knew, people just worked, got married, had kids, and died in my town. Like, there was never any kind of drama. Like, the worst crime that usually happens around here is usually meth related or drug related. It's never hate crimes. People don't get fired because they're black where I am. You know, it's not like very little discrimination that I have seen in my life. But granted, there wasn't a lot of black people that I went to school with. But you know, it's like, I don't know. I'm probably taking this the wrong way, but I feel like I should have addressed it because it's kind of, you know, interesting in the way that it happened. The one person that actually has a YouTube channel that has, you know, followers and talks to people, tries to have a relationship and community with people, this gets left on their windshield at work. It's just too much. Like, I felt kind of strongly about it that I needed to talk about it. Racism is not a good thing, and that's my opinion of it. I don't support it. I don't really understand where it came from in the first place. But see, that's where I'm at. It's like people want my opinion. I'm not really educated enough on the situation to make an accurate whatever. I see people equal as it is. Like, I don't need reminders like this telling me that people are equal or one race is more privileged than the other. A man once told me it's not blacks and whites that's the races, it's the human race. And that stuck with me. Like, I started believing that then. It's not black and white, it's the human race. And that's how I feel about it. I'm almost a hippie anyway. You know, I free love and all that, man. I'm not, but still, just a lot of other people don't feel that way. And like, I understand what's going on here, but everything that's going on with the riots and, you know, the virus, the worst time, if you feel oppressed that much, do what you got to do to get your comeuppance, I suppose. But as far as people dying and things like that, you know, people getting killed in these riots, like, come on, there's a point where you don't need to do it. There's a point that's too far. But, you know, if people are acting in their legal rights, yeah, go for it. Protest. Do whatever you got to do. I support it 100%. Go for it. But I draw the line at too far, at human life being sacrificed and, you know, people dying and, you know, all these terrible things. I do draw the line there. That's not good. You need to chill out a little bit. And I know it's not them that's doing it, but it's the police that are either killing people on purpose or accidentally killing people. Either way, I hate that it had to escalate to that point to where people had to die. And burning stuff down, I don't support that either, really, if we're being honest. I don't get behind that. But at the same time, I mean, that's not legally within their protest rights, is it? Burning things down, vandalism, negligent, whatever. Like, something about that doesn't seem within protest rights. But if it is, okay, sure, yeah, burn down government buildings. I don't support it, but if you feel that strongly about it, yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, go ahead. What am I gonna do to stop you? You know? But I don't know, man. If you want to know my honest opinion, though, like, if being completely transparent, and I wasn't gonna say this on YouTube, but I kind of wish that these riots would, like, burn everything down, and then the coronavirus would take care of who was left. You know, I'm sick of this life, man. I've had enough for years, and I don't. At the end of the world, if the end of the world's going to happen anyway, what does it matter how it starts? A race war, a virus. You know, as long as it happens, I'm cool. You know, this has to end at some point, and I'm not surprised. I'm not scared. I support the end of the world. We had a good run as human beings. We made a ton of mistakes, but we also made a ton of good things. Yeah, so that's just how I feel about it. I don't want you to think that I want people to just go out and burn something to the ground. Don't do that. Do not do that. But if you feel like you need to go out and protest, yeah, go out and protest. Go do what you need to do. But yeah, I felt like I need to say something. So thank you for watching. Keep keep. No, I'm kidding. You ready to play some Metallica? Like, is that okay? Like, can I do that now, or is it just too much, do you think? I'm sorry to waste 15, 16 minutes of your time. I do apologize for that. But just to reiterate, no, I don't support arson. That's for sure. I don't support arson, but man, if that's what if it's coming to, go ahead. Like, I can't stop you. You've got 1,000 people behind you. There's nothing I could do. It doesn't matter. But don't just go out and burn something down. You know, protest legally. You know. So anyway, that's where I stand on it. So let's go ahead. Let's get started. This video's getting taken down. I know. I can already feel it. If it's not the copyright, it's everything I just said. Yeah, I'm not the best person in the world, but it's okay.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
One note I missed earlier, my knuckle bumped into it. Cannot sing it. remember when that song came out, man, everybody just loved it. I didn't turn on my guitar. It's any songs that I could play, but I love it. And, you know, it's become kind of a meme. You know, that song has been on a lot of, I guess, meme charts. What is this? What are these achievements? Beat the game? Did I win? Oh, no. We are far from winning. But I got Kirk! Dude, me and Kirk, man, we go way back, me and Kirk, actually. Like, I met him. I gave him guitar lessons back in the 80s. He's like, man, we're trying to do this, you know, get this Metallica band going with, like, James Hetfield and Dave Mustaine. Actually, he wasn't. Kirk came after Dave. But I did give him lessons, and he was very thankful. I taught him the pentatonic scale and, like, how to use a whammy bar. Like, me and him were close, man. I can't play this, by the way. One of the best riffs ever, man. song. It's just, it hits so hard. Just that E. It makes me so happy. I thought my life was gonna be that song, 100%. You know, where I lay my head is home, and the road becomes my bride, and all that stuff. God, I thought 100% that was it. What time? Yeah, we might as well. I owe it to you guys. I cut off 15 minutes of your time. Why not just ignore that first 15 minutes? It's not even important for what we're doing here. It's not important. I come to love this song too after I bought the master album. Excuse me. I've been having problems with I had problems with my green yesterday. I think I was just really early. My bad. I'm new here. I've never played this game before. Yeah, I was just like super late, I think.
Just labeled mentally deranged. Dream the same thing every night. I see a freedom in my sight. No locked doors, no windows barred, no things to make my brain seem scarred. Sleep, my friend, and you will see the dream is my reality. They keep me locked up in this cage. Can't they see it's why my brain says rage? Out there, cannot breathe the open air. Whisper things into my brain, assuring me that I'm insane. They think our heads are in their hands, but violent use brings violent plans. Keep him tight, it makes him well. He's getting better, can't you tell? No more can they keep us in. Listen, damn it, we will win. Right, they see it well, but they think this saves us from our hell. Sanitarium, leave me be.
Oh, come on, man. Dude, how am I missing that, man? Guess it doesn't matter. We weren't going to get it anyway. No. Just jumped on the wrong one, my bad. That guitar is just so big, it's so massive. Man, it's a great song, fantastic song. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Keep doing you. It's been my absolute pleasure. Just to reiterate, to make sure to cover my own ass, if you will, I don't support all the violence and all the arson and every crime that was committed. I do support peaceful protests, not violent ones. I do not wish for some young individual to get the wrong idea from my video and go out and set fire to a business or something. That's not what I'm propagating. It's not. But I do support what the African Americans are trying to do. Not just them. I mean, it's not just them. You know, other races of people have been dealing with what they're going through. I do support the protests, though. I definitely think you should speak your mind. We have the temporary privilege of freedom of speech. As it stands right now, that may not last very much longer. So, yeah, don't be an idiot. Don't say the dude on the internet told me to do it, because I'm not. I do not support it, but, you know, things happen. Things do indeed happen. Thanks for watching. Keep doing you. Keep it real. And peace.